How long were you stuck under his spell?
That was like 7 months.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. Can I send them a picture of me and you kissing? Look, I just sent you a little something.
Whoa, $300. Well, he obviously did this out of the kindness of his own heart because he showed us all.
They're gonna cancel me for this.
Rizzing up drunk girls at the airport at 3 in the afternoon. Gone wrong. I have no idea who this guy is. You guys keep asking me to look into him. Fousey taking streaming break after controversial, oh my god, I can't speak, controversial airport stream with trafficked, in quotation marks, women. Okay. I will say women are terrible in traffic. They're not very good drivers. It's probably an inappropriate joke. Nice to see that if I zoom in, it cuts out half the thing instead of, there we go. Let's see. YouTuber and streamer Fousey. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Fousey? I don't really care. Has revealed that he's taking a break from streaming after he was accused of taking advantage of a woman at an airport during a recent broadcast. How did he take advantage of her? You said you put a video in the Discord? Okay, I'll watch this after, I guess. Fousey or FouseyTube. If somebody's gonna get so mad that I'm pronouncing this wrong. Fousey. Okay, Fousey. To others, is recognizable name for many who have followed YouTube over the past few years. He made his name with prank videos and edgy social experiments, but has recently put more of a focus on Twitch streaming. During his August 6th stream, however, he landed himself in hot water after an interaction with a drunk woman at the airport. She joked that she was sober before admitting to having a few drinks. She also revealed she had been trafficked and sold into a sex ring. Well, that sucks. After the conversation about that, Fousey gave her $300 before his viewers donated even more to her. During this, the pair continued flirting and kissing before they disappeared from view for 20 minutes. When Fousey returned to the camera, he bragged that they'd hooked up. Okay. I mean, the only thing I guess that could potentially be an issue is that she might have felt like she had to sleep with him because he gave her money. Outside of that, if in her head she was like, oh, this guy gave me a lot of money, I'll fuck him. Like, okay. I don't really... Like, okay. You know? However, a few months later, he started to regret things, saying he felt guilty about it and even claimed he was crying behind his sunglasses, though viewers doubted that and accused him of taking advantage of the woman. Before turning his stream off, he claimed it was all a joke and nothing happened aside from them sharing life stories about her experiences. I'm assuming... Okay, I think I understand the narrative here. Okay. That's what I was going to say. She was very drunk. So I'm assuming that what's happening here is what people... are upset because she is drunk and he gives her money, and maybe she interprets that as like, I have to sleep with this guy, or either way she's like too drunk. People feel like she's too drunk to be able to like properly consent, that her like inhibitions are drastically lowered, and she's at an airport, so it's not like she's at like any kind of a place that would like, you know, they weren't both drunk, I'm assuming. Yeah, I could see that. Sure. I mean, I don't think he's the worst person in the world on face value. You know, it's obviously like really inappropriate. Hopefully she was sober enough to be able to properly consent, because you can still consent when you're sober. It just depends on how drunk you are. But if you're somebody who's like drunk, or if you're somebody that's not drunk, you really should stay away from drunk people. I'm also assuming people are going to take into consideration the fact that if she was like sex trafficked, she has a different relationship with sex in a way that it would be more transactional for her. And they might feel like he took advantage of that as well. Okay. What's this?
Such a bad person. I'm such a dickhead. I'm not. I'm a great person.
I can tell.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good.
It's a cult, basically. I'm not kidding you.
You're in a cult?
Yeah.
You're so...
Damn, the worst part is he just breathed that vape right into her face, bro. That's the worst part.
Over?
Yeah, well,
Okay,
no.
cool. I have a Discord, right? With like 8,000 members. Can I send them a picture of me and you kissing? Yeah. To piss them off? Thank you. They're gonna cancel.
I guess the question is like, how drunk is she? I mean, I guess she looks like she probably could consent to this stuff. So,
Me for this.
like, I mean, blackout drunk, I'd say when you get to that point. I see you still should really stay away from like drunk people when you're not drunk, because you know, that's just It's just weird.
I don't care though. I have a boner right now. I swear to God, you can feel it under my pants. I swear to God.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt you with a good time? Would you join the Mile High Club with me?
So I got sold.
That's a tattoo of hair on his head? Is this like an inside joke? I don't understand.
I got sold in his sex trade.
You got sold in the sex trade? I actually care about this shit because I'm like an advocate for like against sex trading and all that shit.
Wow, you're an advocate against sex trafficking? Holy fuck! Who? I've never heard somebody say that they're against that kind of stuff. That's okay, cool.
Happened.
I feel like at that point, I think everything so far up to this point was like kind of fine. I think maybe at that point, I don't know, there should have been like a question of whether you should keep the stream going because it's like a weird, but okay. Or maybe he prompted her and be like, "Oh, I have this like this." I hope that she at least knows that this is live streamed and that like everything that she's saying is going to be like put out to the internet. Because if she's aware of it, that's fine. You know, or if she understands like what the implications of what's happening, that's fine. It would be good if he at least remade it clear. Maybe he did in the between the cuts. But it's a weird thing when someone's like, I was sex trafficked, to like put your hand on the small of their back, and after you, I mean, I don't know. I interpret this movement as him trying to slide in. Oh, you were sexually assaulted.
Super chatted $1.99.
Oh,
Papa
yeah?
Gut for President 2024.
Yeah, dude. FouseyTube. What's going on, Acrello? I still have to watch some of the things that you sent me. Sorry, it was like a lot of messages I didn't get to yet. Oh, sorry, brother. Okay.
Trying to make me a lot lizard recently.
A what?
Yeah, a lot lizard. I like those.
Oh, a lot lizard. I think that's somebody who like stays in truckers' lots.
Yeah, I get it. First of all, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you being this honest. This is
I think first of all, how tall is this guy? It should like manlet. Am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
a real conversation.
No, it's real. It happens.
My audience might not
every day.
understand, but I've been there.
Okay, so it seems like she knows about this.
I used to be a sex addict, so I used prostitutes for years.
I feel that. Well, not prostitute. I don't think that you ever stop being an addict of anything once, like ever. Like you're always that thing. I'd say the fact that you're risen up a drunk girl who used sex trafficked probably plays to that concept that you might actually be an addict. But I wonder if he actually is, or if it's like fucking TikTok self-diagnosis.
I used massage parlors for years, so I understand. How long were you stuck under his spell?
About like 7 months.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. Look, I just sent you a little something.
Thank you.
I
went to he had a domestic violence case. I'm sitting there in court.
Whoa, $300. Well, he obviously did this out of the kindness of his own heart because he showed us all. So that means that he must have just been a good guy.
And I'm like looking at the screen.
He's 6'1"?
My heart started racing. I'm freaking out. I'm crying because this girl is saying all the things that he said to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. He's having me sit on his side in the courtroom.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, to everybody who's sitting here like, oh my God, you kissed her, da da da. This woman was involved in sex trafficking.
Oh. Okay.
The guy who manipulated her and brainwashed her is a piece of fucking shit and deserves to die.
I don't know how these two things are related, though. Like you kissing her. Okay.
So yes, I sent her $300 so she can start removing her tattoo and
Kaya
see her.
Super chatted $1.99. Did you hear about the Alabama boat brawl?
No, I don't even know what that is. Maybe I'll take a look at it after.
Kids this weekend. I'm against that. I'm a sex addict.
I'm against that. Okay, who's not?
A lot of the women that I used to get hand jobs from were sex trafficked, and I'm so ashamed in that. So
What the fuck?
if I have a chance to help somebody,
Okay.
sorry.
You think he's drunk? I don't know, maybe.
Sorry. I just joined the Mile High Club. And I know it doesn't count as the Mile High Club because I was in the airport, but I still joined it. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love. I swear on everything I love. I just joined the Mile High Club in the airport.
I mean, he could be drunk. I don't really know, I guess.
In the men's bathroom. I swear to God. Wallah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why people are like uncomfortable with it. I don't think that he like assaulted this girl in any capacity. Like, she was drunk, maybe he's drunk. It doesn't seem like she's too drunk to not consent. I still think that it's inappropriate. You know, this woman opened up about her, you know, sexual abuse, and you're like, all right, you want to fuck. Although he asked to fuck her before that, and then she opened up about it, so I guess it makes it kind of better. But okay, yeah.
I had to confess, I couldn't hold it for a fucking second. I didn't go to buy her no fucking snacks. I joined the Mile High Club. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shared that. I'm sorry. I'm lying, by the way. It's a joke. It's a huge joke.
Okay.
It's a huge joke.
This is just how he is. He's not drunk. Okay. Do I think he's into people in sex work? That's an interesting conversation. I would imagine that somebody that would be into sex workers isn't into them because of the position they're in as much as it is just the convenience. It depends. I mean, that's just a whole complicated conversation about like what would he be. Thank you so much for the 8-month sub, Intense Reality. That would be like an interesting conversation about like why he might be into sex workers. It might just be because of like the availability of sex. There also might be some people, I guess, that are into sex workers because of the power dynamic. I mean, I don't really know, but
Joke. I'm typing I'm sorry in chat. It's a huge joke. It's a huge joke. You got
just
pranked.
A joke, guys.
You got pranked by FouseyTube. You got pranked by Fousey. And I got exposed tonight. I'm not a good person.
I mean, he might actually be drunk, to be honest with you. His chat got mad at him and started saying it's a joke. Yeah, I know that. I'm aware. Yeah, I got that.
I wish I had a weed right now.
It's important to know he said on his H3 podcast he's been sober from alcohol for years. Yeah, he also just said that he was a sex addict and then he had sex with a woman at an airport. I'm going to assume that he doesn't exactly have control of his vices particularly well. Like, I don't doubt at all that this dude is drinking alcohol. Are you kidding me? So,
I wish I had.
I'm sorry, y'all. I fucked up. I have a lot of skeletons in my closet. I'm not a good person. I'm sorry. Okay. I just want to be very clear. He might be sober. He might also be drunk. Everybody saying that he's actually been sober for a while doesn't actually mean he's sober. Like, I don't know. People you don't necessarily... I mean, I'm not saying that he was drunk or wasn't. I'm just saying the argument that he said he stopped drinking on, like, 8th Tree's podcast isn't proof that he stopped drinking. So... okay. Gotcha. Currently on a plane home. Yes, I spiral. I'm going to call my therapist as soon as I land. Thank you for calling me in chat. Keep me check. I need sleep. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's the second one?
How big this moment is right now.
He does seem drunk to me. That doesn't necessarily mean that he is, but...
I spent my whole career pretending to be a good person. What can I do to get people to like me? No matter what it was. I'm not a good person. I'm not a good person.
What the hell?
I'm not.
I don't know. He might actually be crying. People are saying it's fake. I mean, he might actually be crying. This is like in line with people who might abuse substances, just going like hyperbolic back and forth. Like, I've talked to like drug addicts before, and they're like very genuine when they get in those states of, and then it's just that they just spiral back. You know what I mean? It's so I wouldn't doubt that he's being genuine in the moment, you know? Or he might be crying in the moment. It doesn't even necessarily mean he's being genuine. He might just be crying because people are upset with him and he doesn't want to deal with that. You know, there's a whole... He seems like he's got like a lot, just fucking problems, man. You know? That doesn't justify everything, like anything that he may have done, but... you know, given the circumstance, I also don't think he didn't sexually assault the girl. I still think what he did was gross. You know, you should be smart enough to know that if somebody's drunk that you don't try to, like, sleep with them. I mean, if you're both the same level of drunk, that's different. But, you know, although then again, he might be on something. I don't know what the hell he's on. You know, if he was drunk, I don't know if they would have let him board unless he was on layout. Are they? I thought can you not board an airplane if you're drunk? Is that a thing? Can you board an airplane drunk. Oh, apparently you can't. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I wonder how heavy. I mean, I guess maybe he can pretend he's not drunk. I don't really know, but interesting.
And I got exposed tonight. I'm not a good person.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure I can, man. I'm sure I could get drunk and board a plane, though. They'd let me do it. They would let me do it.
I wish I had weed right now. I wish I had weed right now just to smoke. I'm not a good person. I swear to God, I fooled all of you for thinking I'm a good person. I used to go to massage.
He's having like a fucking meltdown. I shouldn't be laughing. This is terrible, but it's like, okay, relax. Jesus.
But the girl was sex trafficked, man, and I feel guilty about that.
Yeah?
Because I used to mess with girls who were sex trafficked.
Well, you just did now. So.
And the fact that she was one of them makes me feel like absolute shit, dog.
I'm sure that when he says he used to mess with girls who were sex trafficked, and I could be wrong, he probably, I mean, I imagine he didn't necessarily know that they were trafficked. You know, he just knew that they were prostitutes and probably didn't understand the behind the scenes aspects of it. Or I could be wrong about that. But okay.
And no one's gonna understand that, but I understand that.
Okay.
It's guilty.
Alright.
So let me know.
Why don't you turn the fucking stream off, bro? Okay, that's something else. Faust taking a break from Twitch. Okay. Faust has apologized for the Twitter statement in early hours. Okay. Alerting to his fans, who are also stating that he'd been back shortly after being manic. I've recently been neglecting my health, not going to the gym, not drinking water, not sleeping properly, not eating clean, and constantly moving. Okay. It looks like he goes to the gym in general, and he's probably on steroids. And the reason I say that is because, again, like some people will... There's a lot of addicts go to the gym. If you've ever watched like West Side Barbell stuff, a lot of addicts go to the gym, and that's like their new addiction. That's generally healthier than them doing drugs and whatnot. So I wouldn't doubt that he's like on a bunch of fucking gear and shit. I could be wrong. I guess we could watch his FouseyTube video. Wow, 10 million subscribers, dude. 20K views a video. Damn, I should have never remade my channel, dude. I wasn't doing as bad as I thought. Let's keep going. This is
when I started this and I was on the H3.
Okay. Yeah.
When I started this and I was on the H3 podcast, everybody met Yusuf. And everybody loved Yusuf. Everybody loved the genuine, humble, fucking talks about humping a toy leopard kid who they understood is just like them, but is just fucked up. And everyone liked it.
It's like a use of a character. Like, is that what he's talking about? Oh, okay. Interesting, I guess. Very interesting.
And since then, we have skyrocketed to such extreme proportions. Like, guys, I went 9 months not making a single dollar. I went 9 months not tweeting. Not
I wish I could do. I mean, I feel like if you can go 9 months without making any money, you're probably in a pretty good situation.
Posting nothing. Nobody saw me. Nothing. And now all of a sudden, you guys see what happens everywhere I go. It's a lot. It's a lot, especially.
Oh, his real name is Yusuf. For some, I don't know why I thought his name was FouseyTube.
Hope is like mine. And that
makes. I don't know. I didn't know if Yusuf was a character.
I let all the fame and the excitement get to the best of me. I let it change me. I looked at the mirror when I was taking a piss in the bathroom.
I feel like some of these apologies can just be like short and like, hey guys, like I did an inappropriate shitty thing and I'm sorry. I don't think we need 13 minutes and 18 seconds worth of like, you know, him telling us basically what's supposed to be communicated in a lot of these apologies is that like I'm angry at myself, so you don't have to be. And I get the fundamental sentiment. You know, we've all done things wrong where we're angry at ourselves for it, and like nothing anybody else can say will ever be worse than what you're saying to yourself. I do get that. But at the end of the day, like, just kind of make it short and sweet. Hey guys, like, I was at an airport. There was a drunk girl there. We got talking about trauma and stuff, her trauma. And then, like, I slept with her, and it was inappropriate. It wasn't sexual assault, but, like, it was inappropriate. I shouldn't have done it, you know. And then he just hits the whoa, and then we're all good, you know. But instead, we got this whole, like this whole thing. It's just like it's like overblown, you know.
Not joining the Mile High Club like Kitty, and I didn't like what I saw. Not only just the swollen eyes, puffy face, white skin tone. I didn't like who I saw in my eyes. When I started, I was just Yusuf.
Yeah.
There was no girls on stream. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm going to throw up. I need to pee. Can I just run in?
What? I'm gonna throw up. I need to pee.
Here, really quick.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
That's fine. Give me a muffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I started,
Who's that girl? Is that his like girlfriend or something? Like, who is that?
I didn't do anything for content. The reason I didn't stream for so many years is because I would always say, like, I'd always talk to A Breezy and I would say,
it's just an itch.
Who am I, bro? I have nothing to stream. I have nothing to talk about. And I genuinely believed it. When I streamed in January of this year, I had nothing to say to the camera. All I talked about was, guys, I want to end myself. I'm not happy. I'm going to go get a real job. And that shit went viral, and everybody... And the only other time I was on the internet is when I posted on my Discord privately when we had a couple hundred members, and I said...
So him telling everybody he was wanting to take his own life and get a real job went viral. I mean, I wonder what that does to his mental interpretation of the world. It probably just makes him feel like he could just continuously be, like, you know, baity for attention.
Guys, I think I'm about to take my own life. I did that as a cry for help, thinking it was going to stay there, but I'm dumb for thinking that. Because
the biggest issue is this guy's fucking eyebrows.
It's not going to stay there, and then it hit the internet, and everybody sent love and support, and I was ashamed of it, because that's so embarrassing. But when I started, this shit was just for fun. I was just at home, laughing with my supporters on Discord, joking around, eating, doing like little e-dates, having fun, and we were building a strong community. And the clout, I'm going to say it, I'm going to take accountability and say the clout got to me. And I realized, like, oh shit, you're popping, cuz, like, you could really do something baby. Right now.
True.
So I started being...
We've all been there. We've all let the clout get to us a little bit, you know? I get that. I get it.
More grandiose. Started being more loud, more obnoxious, more angry. Like everything that I used to do in the bits normally.
A little more sussy even.
People who watched me for this entire 36 days, you know that everything is pretty, not everything, but like, you get what I mean? Everything is a bit. So like, even when I'm talking to someone, when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that.
Sure, like everything is a bit to the extent that it becomes a sensationalized version of yourself to the camera, right? Everybody has like a level of code switching they do depending on who they're interacting with. You know, they're a little bit different with your parents than your friends, than your partner, than with your classmates, with your worker, your coworkers. You're the same person at your core, but you're a little bit different with everybody based on those scenarios. And when you're like a live stream entertainer or you're on stream sometimes, that happens. You know, when I do like my podcast with my wife, that's on the Rob and Dan channel, the link is in the description. I'm a little more like exaggerated. Like I'm having a little bit more fun. I'm being a little crazy. It's not a character, but like, you know, it's fun. You know, we're having fun. So I get that. Ooh, this guy wants some fuck.
It's all a heightened version of reality, but it's not reality. And that's why everybody around me has so much fun, because it's like, it's such a dopamine high. Well, I am high and drunk off dopamine more than I could ever fucking imagine. And I need to slow down.
Okay.
When you pray, you're supposed to pray to ground yourself and be in the present moment. And I haven't been grounding myself. I've been running, Toronto, fuck you. Stay here. Running, fuck you. Oh, you supported me for 10 years, suck my dick.
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
Got him.
What the fuck? I'm not even going to say sorry for that, because it's so fucked and not acceptable that I don't have any justification for it. And it's just flat out wrong. And I see that. In regards to the incident with the woman at the airport, I saw so many clips on Discord of people editing that shit wildly out of context. I'll give it from my scope of view. I landed in the airport. I meet a mom and a daughter, and I'm having such a good time with them. You can literally
mom and a
daughter.
We're
laughing, we're talking. The daughter tells me she does, I think, astrology readings. I took her Instagram. The mom loved me. It was great. The issue was I walked to a bar, as a sober man, because I shouldn't have been in the bar in the first place. But I saw a chance for content, so I saw a woman, so I sat next to her. And of course, oh my God, 33-year-old man-child starts rizzing her up. But she was very receptive and she was very sweet. She was throwing it back at me too. Yes, she had been drinking, and I actually called that out right when I sat with her. I don't know what came first, me sending her the money and then putting her Cash App out, or me saying this to her, but through conversation, she told me that she had a tattoo from a past person in her life right above her genitals, and she was sex trafficked. And I break down in full-blown tears. I don't like the fact that I'm saying this, man. I know I talk about everything, but this is so private.
What's private? Doesn't this happen like with live streams?
The only way through it, the only way to get through it is to go through it, so I have to say it.
Okay.
As you guys know, I frequented massage parlors for years, over a decade, in those, you know, places. And I did that. Let me just make sure it's live before I say this. Can you check the stream? I'm just gonna say it. As you guys know, I've been to massage parlors for years, and a lot of the places that I went to, I had no, like, they didn't tell me, I wouldn't know, but I know it's obvious. A lot of them were sex trafficked, or just like, you know, they're brought to this country and promised a whole new world. Oh, what am I gonna do for a job? Come here for a massage, and then when they ask you for a happy ending, give it to them. So I broke into tears, because I felt guilty. I felt shameful and remorseful. Reason being, I've done it for years, but I've never gotten validation whether they were sex traffickers. But a woman who was sitting next to me that I made a great connection with looked me in the eyes and told me she was sex trafficked and started crying.
Oh, fuck me.
So I felt like absolute scum. I felt like an asshole. I literally got to see the consequences of my choices. Because
all right, I mean, I'm with you until the part where you slept with her. Like, that's the part that's a little weird, man. But okay.
Like, let's say she worked at a massage parlor and I went to her. Getting a massage from her and then a happy ending against her will without, like, me even, is so disgusting, and that's why I'm so against it, and I'm so...
Yeah, it seems like people are under the impression that he paid her money to have sex with her. In that edited down version of it, it doesn't necessarily seem that way. It seems like he was actually trying to give her money to be half to be nice, the other half to that his people in his stream thought he was nice, right? Like, that's part of the factor. And it's possible that it made her feel like she had to have sex with him, but I doubt it. It's more possible that, like, that's how she shows her appreciation, because she was sex trafficked and she has, like, a bad relationship with, like, sex, you know, which is, like, one of the unfortunate things. You know, obviously going through a traumatic experience is going to change the way that you perceive the world. And I could imagine that somebody who was, like, you know, in some kind of a scenario where they were a prostitute in some capacity, would have the dynamic that they feel like sex is like that ultimate reward, and he's somebody who frequents it. I don't think that he sexually assaulted a girl. I think what he did was inappropriate. You know? So, yeah, I don't think he assaulted her, though. So, I mean, yeah, you can consent when you're drunk. It just depends on how drunk you are. She didn't seem like she was blackout drunk, but, like, you shouldn't be interacting with drunk people as somebody who is not drunk, sexually interacting with them. The only interaction that you should be having with drunk people is spreading the word of Jesus Christ. Okay? It's the only appropriate interaction to have with drunk people.
Guilty and shameful to even say this. This is literally, I swear to God, the hardest thing I've ever had to say in my entire life. But a lot of people are counting on me to take accountability, so I'm not gonna, but anyways, I get up, I forgot what I was trying to do. I had some bit planned, and we walk off camera a bit. We're on camera, but we walk back, and I give her a real hug, and she thanks me. She's so grateful. I sent her, I think, $300, and the chat sent her $2,500. She was going to see her daughters, and she only had, I forgot how much. She had nothing in her Cash App, so we gave her $3,000. She was so grateful. She was smiling. So I said, "Do you want to walk?"
Did she report that to her taxes? That's the real issue here. I'm the IRS, by the way.
Talk. So we walked and talked. You know, I tell her, I go through this, I go through that, I go through this, I do that, all this shit. What does my dumbass do? As if you always need content, and as if just, you know, 10,000 viewers in the airport isn't enough. That's the addiction of clout. You need more. So what do? I run back to the camera.
Oh,
I sit down, and I think I even said Wallah. I said I joined the Mile High Club.
All right, so he's claiming that he didn't have sex with her. I mean, I guess the real question is how long was he off camera for? Because I would potentially believe that he lied for the clout of it, you know, but also I kind of feel like he didn't. And I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not gonna watch the full live stream or whatever. How long was he gone for? I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit of I don't know if I believe that he didn't actually have sex with the girl, but
I use this woman's pain, her story, her life for my content.
That's true. Yeah, she seemed to know and understand that. So
I have no words for that. If you guys want to cancel me for that, feel free. Deadass. I don't want you to cancel me for the bullshit you guys are saying about he fucked this girl, he did this. I pray Fajr in the airport.
For 5 minutes he was off camera? Damn, that's enough to have sex like 6 times, bro. What the hell? That's crazy. Okay.
I don't fuck girls in the airport. I've been celibate for over a year. People know that. I say that. But I use this woman's pain.
I'm dense, but you said that this dude paid the girl for sex and also compared it being bipolar to doing cocaine. Are you talking about me or are you talking to somebody else? I don't think you're talking about me.
I used her struggle, I used her story, and I turned it into a joke. As soon as she got back, I
did he?
confessed.
I don't think he did that.
And I told her. And I was apologetic, actually. And I said, I'm sorry. And she was like, it's okay, you're so sweet, it's a joke, ha ha. I said, no, I used your name for, like, I disrespected your name to put myself up. And it didn't even work. I'm sorry.
How did you disrespect her name? I don't know. Oh, the sex part. Is that part true? I mean, I don't know. Okay.
She's a survivor of sexual assault. I stand with all survivors of sexual assault. She said she's a sex addict too. I'm a fucking sex addict. I stand with survivors of sex addiction.
I mean, if she's, I mean, that makes sense that she, I mean, again, it's probably like a response that she became a sex addict because of what happened to her. But that just, to me, makes me feel like, yeah, you probably did sleep with her. I mean, he's probably just feeling like that cancel, so he doesn't want to get in trouble for that. I get that, but okay.
And I'll do whatever I need to do to make this right. Starting with, after talking to Ethan, Vivid, my mom, and my entire family, and close ones, I promise you guys I'm good, I'm healthy, but I'm gonna go to the hospital right now with Katie to get a mental health evaluation. Get a little IV of vitamins and water just to replenish myself, and then I'm gonna go see my therapist. If I want this to actually work, I can't do what like Ice Poseidon did and go, I need balance. People watch me for me. Yeah. I tell everybody, people watch me because I have the power to change and motivate people through the power of my voice, and I need to be a walking testament to my story and not be a walking contradiction and give people to call me a hypocrite. Like I said, I'm gonna go to the hospital right now. For the first time in this subathon, I will leave the clips on during the day. We usually only leave the clips on at night when I sleep. I need a break. I'm gonna leave the clips on, and when I get approval from my mom, Kitty, Vivid, and Ethan, and G7, I'll be back. Don't
Ethan Klein?
Could be 6 hours, could be a day, who knows, but I need to take a break. The one thing I wanna say is, if you don't wanna support me, whatever, I'm not gonna ask you to stay. It's your life. This is mine. You're watching it, and you have every right to stop supporting me. But the one thing I'm gonna ask of you, please don't twist the narrative. I know you guys hate me, and I'm talking to a select marginalized group right now. I know you guys hate me. I know you love tearing me down, but please don't twist the narrative. Please don't twist the narrative. I fucked up. I own that. But don't try to say I fucked a girl, I took advantage of a girl, I did this and that and this and that and the other. Please don't disrespect my name like that. I know it's on me and I fucked up and I'm the one who said it, but there's a lot of people out there. There's people who literally made a Discord, grown adults who made a Discord just to hate on me. Please don't twist the narrative. This is my life and this is my real life. I hope to find her. I hope to talk to her. I hope to have her on stream, and I hope to maybe we do something to help her. By the way, Vivid, I need to talk to you about Emmanuel because I need to know what's going on with the GoFundMe. I love you guys so much. AB Hearts, H3 family, AB, Ethan. I don't want to put you guys in a position where it's uncomfortable to support me. And I understand that if I do anything of my own doing and you guys...
Is he actually talking about Ethan Klein? What the fuck?
You guys need to stop publicly supporting me, I understand. But I hope that this incident, after hearing my story, isn't the reason you stop supporting me, and I hope you stay in my life.
Oh, he meant a select minority group. He meant like a small amount of people. He didn't mean an actual marginalized group. Okay, maybe that's true. Okay, I mean... Okay. So, to recap, he got drunk at, well, he may have gotten drunk at an airport and then slept with a girl who had a sex trafficking history. Yeah, I mean, listen, she was drunk. He may or may have not have been. Either way, it was inappropriate. He didn't sexually assault anyone, obviously. But like, yeah, you should just act better. So I guess that's all I have to really say about that. Okay, cool. All right. Interesting first segment. Do we want to look at who the... Should we look at the ruthless rise and fall of FouseyTube as part of this video and then put it in the beginning so that we can get monetization, and then chapter this video so that you can see which part of this, you know, if you're here for the other stuff, you could just skip to the chapter. Sure.
Greetings, YouTube. You don't know me, I don't know me, he doesn't know me, she doesn't know me, but trust me, you will know me. Welcome to FouseyTube.
Oh.
During his peak, he was a king.
Like a really long time ago, I was on the Ellen show.
And is it Yusuf?
Yes.
You got caught, right?
Oh yeah, as you just saw, I got so into it during the YMCA.
A lifestyle that 99% of people could only dream of.
I paid $13,500 a month to live by myself.
Wow.
500 million views in 2015.
When I had 0 subscribers, I didn't say, nobody knows me, man. I'm never gonna have 1 million subscribers. I said, no, I'm going to get 1 million subscribers.
I feel like, why do people say that? You think that he actually like said that? And even if he did, it doesn't. Okay, good for him. You know what? I don't care.
$100,000 every single month.
Revenue started coming into my life from all different angles because I told the universe and I told myself I'm going to be a millionaire at a young age.
However, as time progressed, as the YouTube...
Just say you're going to be a millionaire and it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. I will be a millionaire. I don't even care about being a millionaire, bro. I just want to make more money. I want to make good money. Okay? And then engage in hyper-capitalism by going to Disney a lot, you know? Is that too much to ask for?
YouTube landscape changed as FouseyTube's reputation was stomped into the dirt. FouseyTube began to fall out of the spotlight. His views started to decline, his fans began to leave, and in recent times he would announce that he planned on discontinuing YouTube as a creator. How could he...
Am I reacting hard enough? Oh! Snapchat. That's my XQC impression. By the way, I like XQC. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, I stand with him.
Possibly gotten to this point. It's March 2011 in Los Angeles, California. Despite it barely being a day after the end of winter, the sun was still shining and the ambitious creative individuals that characterized the city were still creating. One of these ambitious creative Los Angeles residents was a 21-year-old Palestinian American by the name of Yusuf Erekat, who at the time had just finished a degree in theater arts and was looking to become an actor, along with the other 50% of everyone in LA. Pretty quickly, Yusuf realized he had to do something to stand out from the crowd, and rather than taking the classic path to becoming an actor, he decided to take initiative by uploading his work to YouTube against the recommendation of his university dean.
I want to thank my theater arts major dean who told me making a YouTube channel.
This guy was in theater arts. Oh, dude! Once I hear anybody who was into the theater, I just realize how cringe theater people are nerds. Theater people are freaking nerds, dude. Oh.
Was the worst mistake I'll ever make in my acting career.
Regardless, from the get-go, Yusuf seemed to have somewhat of a rebellious and ambitious drive, and at the time, his situation couldn't have gotten any worse if things went sour.
At the time, I was broke. I was a waiter at Chili's, and I was a cashier at Best Buy, and I was literally living paycheck to paycheck.
However, his awful situation, his university dean's advice, and his lack of experience wasn't enough to stop him from taking the road less traveled. Yusuf Erekat would create his YouTube channel under the name FouseyTube.
What the fuck is this music? Sonny, what the hell is this? We on a fucking farm? We playing Mario Kart? And the Moo Moo Farm, whatever it's called? What the hell is happening here?
On the 21st of March 2011, deriving the name FouseyTube from rearranging the letters in his first name, Yusuf.
All you do is switch the Y and F of my name. It's like magic. Dude. It's FouseyTube. This is my tube, and you're watching me through your tube. Hi, tube.
I call myself Appa Gut. That's like a Korean thing. They call dads Appa. So that would be what I would do there. But then people call me racist because I'm like appropriating a name, you know, cultural appropriation. I mean... You know, there's plenty of other things to call me racist for. You don't have to talk about cultural appropriation.
Fousey's initial goal on YouTube was somewhat cliche.
I want to change the world one smile at a time, and I really do not think that is impossible.
But Fousey would begin to achieve this goal after uploading his first video only 4 days after creating the channel, also introducing the audience to his bizarre personality for the first time.
To give you guys a little background about who I am and who influenced me to become this person that I am today, I'm gonna tell you guys a little about me. You can call me Fousey, you can call me Yusuf, you can call me useless if you like, but as long as, like, watch my videos, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel, and I promise you I'll bring you funny things.
And just like many other YouTubers, Fousey was starting from the ground up with no experience whatsoever.
I decided to start YouTube from scratch.
Dude, me too. I made YouTube. I created it from scratch.
From 0 subscribers.
However, despite his lack of experience, it wouldn't be long at all before Fousey would see his first bit of success. More surprisingly, it would only be on his second upload. Only 5 days after beginning the channel, Fousey would upload Rebecca Black Dancing to Friday in the Apple Store.
Wow. Low bar back then, huh? I mean, the bar is pretty low now, too. But...
Considering Friday by Rebecca Black had been released only 2 weeks beforehand, the song was trending. And when combined with Yusuf's crazy personality, the algorithm would promote the video, leading to FouseyTube's first bit of growth of a few hundred subscribers. From the beginning, it was obvious that Fousey was willing to give it everything he had, and would even begin to use methods of borderline desperation in order to get some initial growth on the channel.
Yeah, man, I just feel like, why do that to yourself? You know, that's what a shame. What a damn shame, you know?
I sent it to every single person on my friend's request.
It's not Appa, it's Popple? What? Opa? Alright, whatever.
And I am
Shut up.
in and out. I went
Stop
out
overthinking the comments I make.
And publicized my channel to every single person I saw.
FouseyTube would then go on to upload a similar video to the Rebecca Black video, only with a Jennifer Lopez song and a more provocative outfit. This video once again boosted FouseyTube's subscriber count and reputation. However, there was somewhat of a problem here. There was only so many
the way that woman looked at him.
times Fousey could dance in front of a webcam in the Apple Store. He needed to change his content to something where he would implement a bit more variety, and it wouldn't be long at all before he would come to discover this new video style.
Yusuf, I'm coming! Yusuf? What? How do you send text? Naughty, naughty!
In July 2011, approximately 4 months after beginning the channel, FouseyTube would hit 3,500 subscribers and upload a video titled Middle Eastern Parents.
Mama, I just got into Harvard! Good, good. Mama, I just got into a car accident. I'm gay. You're what? You're gay? You're gay? Ah! Yes, I'm gonna show you gay!
This video had one element that all of his previously uploaded videos failed to incorporate.
Making fun of racist parents. That's the best part.
Relatability. Viewers who are also of Middle Eastern descent found the stereotypes to be entertaining, and Fousey would gain further loyal fans. This video would gain 93,000 views in the first week, despite Fousey only having 5,000 subscribers, indicating to Fousey that he should create more videos with a similar premise. For this reason, Fousey would go on to upload an array of different videos mocking the Middle Eastern stereotypes, such as the hummus dance.
Hello everybody, it is very nice to meet you through the UBTube. My name is Ibrahim, and right here you have my... Oh, you're so beautiful.
As well as Middle Eastern mistakes.
Dinner's almost ready. Who are you waiting for?
Mom, I already ate at school today.
I spent all this time cooking and you already ate? Oh, okay, we have a new thing on the dinner table tonight.
This would ultimately prove to be successful, causing FouseyTube to hit
the content's not very relatable to me, so...
20,000, 50,000, 75,000, and eventually 100,000 subscribers only 10 months after creating the channel.
I cried my eyes out when I had 100,000 subscribers.
I remember sitting on my parents' couch crying my eyes out because of how much it meant to me, because I put blood, sweat, and tears into the journey.
Listen, it's cool that you got popular, but this blood, sweat, and tears thing is the most obnoxiously annoying thing. This guy danced in an Apple store and then did some like criticisms of like his mom, and that's fine. Like that's great. That's awesome. It's like low effort. I love low effort, but it's like we're pretending that I was grinding for fucking 25 hours a day, 9 days a week, and we finally got it, fellas. It's like, dude, we finally got it, fellas. Like, no, man, like you were making some skits and you got lucky, and that's awesome. But why? Like, what are you talking about? Shut the hell up. You know?
However, while the subscribe count was great, there was a problem with the videos he was producing. They still had somewhat of a limited audience, considering they were mainly targeted towards those who had a similar ethnic background to Fousey. On top of this, Fousey had signed up...
That's just not true at all. Like, people more than just Middle Eastern people would find this funny, because like there's something generally relatable about like, you know, overly strict parents. Like even like different people, like everybody likes that kind of stuff. It can be funny and entertaining. He just probably needed to keep making the same content.
With a dodgy YouTube network who were taking a chunk of his money and giving him minimal value in return.
Ended up being one guy who lived in his house, who had this fake YouTube network, and what he was doing was collecting all my money each month and then giving me maybe 2% of what I was actually earning.
2%?
After 2 years of making the content, it's likely that Fousey began to realize that there was a ceiling to his audience, and it might be worthwhile looking into a genre that would appeal to everyone and anyone on YouTube. Fousey's time making relatable Middle Eastern content was coming to an end. He learned important lessons about comedy, filmmaking, and entertainment, and these lessons would prove to be vital for the next genre that FouseyTube would venture into.
What are you doing? Don't fight it, just let it happen.
Ah, yes, prank channels. The highest class of YouTube of YouTubery. Although you want to know what? Everybody likes a good prank. Let's be real here. You know what I mean? Everybody likes a good a well orchestrated prank now and again.
In May 2013, FouseyTube would dip his toes into a new genre on the YouTube platform. This genre would later become somewhat of a meme, but at the time it was fresh and inviting for confident creators who are willing to embarrass themselves for their audience.
What up, everybody? Yusuf, aka FouseyTube here with...
The genre we're talking about is pranking, and considering Fousey fell snugly into this category of confident creators, he would switch his focus to making videos for
I feel like that's what it is more than anything else, is that he's just like very, you know, you gotta have, I don't know, he's very confident, or, I mean, a part of that I would say is not very self-aware in some of these instances. I feel like I couldn't walk into a store and do that kind of shit, you know, because I would just be so embarrassed.
22nd of May 2013, Fousey would upload a video titled Hold My Hand Prank, where he would approach strangers, hold their hand, and record the reaction.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I wanted some love too. No.
This video performed reasonably well, gaining around 500,000 views in the first 2 weeks.
Damn, this would be considered assault during COVID times, you know? You can't do that. I have COVID, you know?
Performance of this first video led to another video titled Gym Prank, That's My Machine Bro.
Huh? What do you think you're doing? I'm working out, bruh. Look at that.
Which would once again perform above average, gaining 1 million views in the first month, likely indicating to Fousey that it might be worth investing further energy into the prank genre. As time progressed and Fousey continued to upload various semi-viral uploads, he would switch his content entirely to pranks, which by late 2013 had overtaken all of his most popular Middle Eastern videos in view count, and by early 2014 had taken him over the 1 million subscriber mark. However, while Fousey's success was giving him the facade of a happy, pleasant guy, it would be around this same point in time that his audience would begin to realize that Fousey had a much more difficult life behind the scenes.
There's so much, man, that you guys don't see that happens behind the scenes of being a YouTuber, and these business meetings and all these things and everything that just drive me crazy. And, you know, it might look like I'm just living in, I don't even know what I'm saying.
In mid-2014, while Fousey's prominence in the pranking scene was continuing to rise, it would come to the attention of his fans that while appearing content on the outside, things were much different behind the scenes.
For the first time in my life, I had a severe mental breakdown, nervous breakdown, and I want to call it a manic episode because I really feel like there was something psychotic in what I did next.
Yusuf explained that shortly after moving to LA,
does he actually have a therapist that he can get like this kind of stuff diagnosed? I was wondering.
Who would get tattoos and piercings with the goal of fitting in. However, would shortly come to the realization that he would not be accepted within the Muslim community with these body modifications.
Your family's gonna see this, your Tubians are gonna see this, the people who hate you are gonna see this. Like, it struck a chord in me so deep that I felt my life was over.
While telling the tattoo story, Fousey would have his first breakdown in front of his YouTube audience.
I know I'm a depressed emo-ass dude on YouTube, but it's because I got so much and I'm always trying to hide it to cater to whatever your guys is.
This information is unimportant at this point in the story, but will be vital for later parts of the video. And while Fousey was clearly struggling to some extent behind the scenes, on the surface things were going excellently for the FouseyTube channel. After surpassing 1 million subscribers, Fousey would only continue to grow, posting many incredibly viral videos such as Cheating GF Prank Gone Wrong.
This is my girl right here. Hold on, yo girl, what are you talking about? It's my girl. Hold on.
And eating people's food prank.
You know, the beach is like a really nice place to just come and relax.
Hey, don't do that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I enjoy food. You better not eat my food.
Like, I like to just bring food here sometimes to just eat, you know what I'm saying?
However, it would be with another viral video that FouseyTube would become somewhat of a household name on the YouTube platform, the yoga pants prank.
Yo, you just stare at my butt?
I do a yogurt pants prank. It's where I put yogurt in my pants. And it made people think I cummed. It's a very mature prank. Only a sophisticated few understand it. Dude, you suck. I'm gonna die. He actually does not suck. I lied.
You just stared at my butt.
Now, despite this video clearly being extremely fake, to simply say that the video performed well would be the understatement of the century. Within only 1 week, the video had gained 10 million views, and within 2 months, this video had doubled Fousey's subscriber count to 3 million. But Fousey was really only heating up his dick.
Crazy way how it seemed like people that got millions of views per like video were not able to make a living back then, and now people that only get a few thousand views per video are able to make like a pretty decent living. It's insane how YouTube has evolved.
With the yoga pants prank, as he was about to back it up with his 2 most popular uploads ever, the Spider-Man in real life prank and the Mortal Kombat elevator prank, both of which to this day having well over 100 million views. The views from these videos once again caused Fousey's subscriber count to surge, pushing him to 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, then 7 million, at which point he would upload a video thanking his audience for the insane milestone.
I proved everybody wrong for 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. How many do we have right now?
Almost 7.
Almost 7?
Yes, sir.
While also explaining that he had been nominated for the Channel of the Year at the Streamies Awards.
That is the biggest award you can get. So not only is it nominated for Prank Channel of the Year, but FouseyTube as a whole is nominated for Channel of the Year.
Which he would go on to win.
And the winner is FouseyTube.
As the uploads can...
What the hell is that? What is Channel of the Year? What the hell is that? Like, what is that? Is that like a thing that they still do? Like, I don't understand. Like a YouTube award ceremony? Oh, your mother's a fucking prostitute. Holy fuck. Is that like an award ceremony or something that they do? Did they not do that anymore? Is that like YouTube Rewind? Is Will Smith there? Is he gonna hit me?
Continued, the subscribers only kept on growing, and it wouldn't be long before FouseyTube would hit the massive 10 million subscriber milestone.
10 million, the biggest plat.
If you combine this with the fact that FouseyTube had completely overhauled...
Mom was faking for that one. She's like, oh, it's cool. Just don't be gay, right? Like that's the we're calling upon a joke from earlier in the video. That makes me cool and hip and trendy and smart.
His physique, and the fact that Fousey was doing collabs with huge celebrities like Kevin Hart.
Really?
So I'll see you tomorrow on Dose of Fousey.
Where the grind don't stop.
Where grind don't stop.
The tea stays green.
What the fuck? Wait, how has this guy been so popular? I never knew that. Kevin Hart? The half man himself? That's crazy. This had to have been at a different time where Kevin Hart wasn't as popular and Fousey. You know, it's not for nothing. I swear to God, when I watch these videos, I swear on my, I swear we're not watching the past. We're watching like a different universe where things happened, and I just wasn't aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we have to be in like a different world. This is a whole different situation happening here. You know? This isn't my timeline. This is not my timeline here.
Where the tea stays green.
And the lions stay roaring.
And the lions stay roaring.
It seemed as though Fousey had become completely unstoppable. However, while things seemed to be better than ever, it would be at around the same time that Fousey's views would stagnate and the empire that Fousey had built would begin to come crashing.
Oh no.
Down.
I mean, that's not really crashing down. Like, that's one of the, and it's a weird thing to learn on social media, is that like you're going to have up and down periods. I guarantee you, and because I don't know what's going on, but like part of the problem here is that like his views begin to stagnate, and he saw that as like him falling off. Even though like sometimes it just like there's just periods of relevancy, and like he let that get to himself, and that's part of the reason why he spiraled out of control.
After posting his Try Not to Laugh challenge with Kevin Hart in October 2016.
And we are going to do the Try Not to Laugh challenge.
Would have been easier if you just did it with like Amy Schumer or something.
Okay. FouseyTube would completely disappear off the platform for 7 months without saying a word. His subscriber count continued to grow due to his old prank videos, however at a significantly slower rate than while he was posting regularly. After this 7-month break, Fousey would post a video titled Dear YouTube, in which he would detail some of the struggles he had been enduring and the reason why he had not been posting.
I was missing love, self-love, self-respect, self-worth, everything that I...
And I guess that outfit, what the hell are you, what is that? Is that like a, that's probably a cultural thing. I'm being very insensitive right now, probably. Sorry.
needed as a person was missing.
And while he simply stated that there were some things missing in his life, the reality, which would be revealed only a month later, was far worse. In a comment pinned on Fousey's 10 million subscriber special video, he would reveal that during his 7-month break, he would quote, sleep at 5 AM, wake up at 6 PM, eat, watch TV, sleep, repeat. I was unhappy.
It's pretty the same, yeah. Sometimes.
Unmotivated, uninspired, and didn't love myself.
I would sleep at 5 AM, wake up at like 6 PM, play Zelda Switch until like crazy hours. I would go to the gym religiously, and I would just stay to myself, I was in great shape, but I wasn't doing things. Stay to myself in my apartment.
This was once again backed up by another comment detailing that during his break, he was in the darkest place he had ever been.
I started hating myself.
Just turn the lights on, man. Jesus. Some of you guys just don't understand how technology works. It's fucking crazy.
Everyone started hating me. I had quit YouTube. I stopped taking pictures of people in the street.
So from the get-go, the beginning of FouseyTube's YouTube decline seemed to have come from the decline of his own mental health, but it would be naive to say that these two weren't linked. Fousey was approaching his 10 million subscriber milestone. He had plenty of backlogged videos that were going to get him over the line. Fousey seemed to be incredibly goal-oriented, and under this assumption we could say that 10 million would have been the number that Fousey was trying to achieve. Now, what we see with many YouTubers is as soon as they hit a big milestone like 100,000, 1 million, or 10 million, the motivation drops off significantly because it feels as though there's nothing else to strive for. And this would have been amplified.
What? Is that like a thing people see? That's people hit like a milestone and they just stop caring? I feel like that's just not true. Like, it just seems... What? I just feel like that's just not a true thing. I'm sure it feels relieving. But people... Is that like a thing? People are, yeah, I just fucking hit my mile. I'm done. I hit 100,000. Is that... I feel like that's not real. That's not a real thing that happens. But okay. I mean, it's Sunny V2, so you just kind of make shit up sometimes.
With the fact that it was the 10 million subscriber milestone. What else did Fousey have to strive for? 100 million subscribers? I'd say that his motivation fell out of his channel purely because he didn't have a bigger goal to set that was meaningful to him. And reaching a bigger goal like 100 million was probably a goal that was out of sight for Fousey, especially considering the video type he was engaged in was also beginning to fall out of the spotlight. If you've already watched my video on the fall of YouTube pranking, then you'll already have somewhat of an idea as to what I'm going to talk about next. By late 2016, pranking as a whole, the genre that Fousey had become known for, began to slow down. Fousey had somewhat of a reputation for creating fake pranks.
Hey, I'm Shane Barbera. I was in FouseyTube's Uber prank. It's fake.
I'm back in the...
He should have had these guys sign a fucking NDA or something, bro, because that's crazy. I mean, no kidding, it's for fucking fake. What are you, 12?
Heyday of YouTube pranking, you could kind of get away with it because people were still naive enough to think that they might be real. But by 2016, as more and more people were getting exposed through H3H3 and other sources,
he sits down in a room with an actor who you're not supposed to think is an actor.
Fake pranks just didn't really fly with the general YouTube audience any longer. This put a bullet hole in the structure of Fousey's channel while simultaneously diminishing the integrity of FouseyTube's videos.
Frankly, I think he could have just endured, kept going, doing it, and it would have been fine. I mean, did people really think that these were real back then?
They're watching this prank. They laughed. They smiled.
Yeah.
What the F doesn't matter if the person who screamed, like, they didn't know or not. It's entertainment.
It left Fousey with two options. He could either continue making the fake pranks that he was known for, or move on to a new video style. Well, Fousey instead picked option 3, to disappear altogether.
Whoa, there you go.
7-month hiatus. So let's just put all of this together. Fousey's main video style pranks were no longer feasible on the platform. He's reached the 10 million subscriber mark, likely reducing the motivation he had for making videos.
Probably
and he's
not
also taken 7 months off without saying a word. Obviously, he's not really going to be in a position here for the channel to keep growing. His views are going to drop, which is exactly what happened. Fousey went from 5 to 15 million views per video before his 7-month break to between 500,000 and 3 million per video upon his return.
That's crazy.
This is best articulated by his monthly view count at the time. We can see that Fousey had one of his best months in July 2016, then he takes a break in October 2016 and his views drop dramatically. They jump back up upon his return, but then drop significantly once again owed to his trodden down reputation.
Okay.
And just in case this scenario wasn't already bad enough, YouTube was about to hit Fousey with another piece of negative motivation.
Oh,
Sometimes
shit.
2 million views with ridiculous watch time was paying me $457.
At around the same point that Fousey's reputation was on the decline, YouTube would drop FouseyTube's pay significantly, where he was only making around 5% of what he would normally make on the videos he was posting.
If you got 1 million views in 24 hours, with this much watch time, how much are you getting paid?
Yeah.
The answer was between $8,000 and $12,000.
Wow.
Fousey began to talk with YouTube to see why he was no longer receiving a comparable income on his videos, but they simply had no answers to give him.
All YouTube kept giving me back was, we're sorry, we don't know a solution at this point, we don't know what's wrong, we're looking into it. And I got that again.
Well, I'm assuming that there were less advertisers that wanted to advertise on their thing or something like that. I could imagine that's really the only explanation, but I doubt that. I wonder how robust YouTube's monetization policy was at that point.
Again and again and again.
And for someone like Fousey, whose motivation seemed to be primarily financial, this would have been a massive hit to his motivation.
The things that Funny V2 says are just like, they just don't work together. Oh, he stopped. I think part of the factor was he hit 10 million subscribers, and what else do you have to gain from there? And then he goes, I think that most of his motivation was money. Okay, so then why would that 10 million benchmark make him work less? It's just like Sunny V2 just makes things up, and it doesn't matter because what he makes things up about are unimportant. But it's just like weird. He just says things. He just says things. Popsicles. Most popsicles are made of rubber. It's like, oh, that's probably not true. But it's also pretty low impact lie. You know what I mean? What are you saying it for?
This hit to his motivation caused the views.
Yeah, 8 to 12K is good. He's talking about how he went from making like 8 to 12K to only making like $400 or $500 per video. That was his issue.
To once again dwindle to a point where by 2018 he was receiving an average of only 1 million views per video. Fousey's mental health appeared to be on the decline again, likely owing to his declining channel.
A lot of the times, other people around your life don't fully recognize what you're going through because we choose not to show them because we don't want them to know.
This led up to an
Also, you have very strict parents, like your joke was before.
apex in July 2018, a month in which all of the negatives that were plaguing Fousey's life would be brought to the surface, beginning with an event that Fousey would host. Fousey began to explain that he was hosting an event that would be the next Coachella.
We just birthed the next Coachella.
Called the Hate Dies, Love Arrives motivational event for his fans. Many YouTubers were skeptical about the event.
Has Fousey ever considered the I'm going to give out PS5s in the middle of Manhattan prank? Because that one got a lot of attention. Pranking the cops by not orchestrating a giveaway with them. Gone wrong. But, you know, Kai wanted that to happen, let's be real. He wanted to go a little crazy for the news, you know.
Because of Fousey's declining mental health and the motivation.
Gone wrong.
What about the criticism that, like, maybe you want to do this to show that you did it for you?
However, Fousey would go on to host it anyway, and it was an absolute disaster.
He organized and promoted through social media what he called the Hate Dies, Love Arrives concert at the Greek Theater.
Beautiful.
But when someone called in a bomb threat, 1,500 concert goers had to evacuate.
Before the show started, someone would call in a troll bomb threat, causing the entire event to be shut down.
No actual device was located, however, due to the direct threat, it was determined that the
venue should be evacuated.
And rather than heading home after it was shut down, he took the show out onto the street, where he would completely embarrass himself in front of a live audience and ultimately the internet.
I'm about to give a speech for the people that was delivered to me from God.
Fousey was clearly having some mental issues during his speech, framing himself as some kind of prophet from God in front of his fans, even getting—
Is that what he said? Oh, stop hurting me! Stop hurting me! Is that what he actually said, or did he just say that he was going to give a speech from God? Those aren't the two things, but okay.
Into a fight with Keemstar, who was in the audience of the event.
I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself.
Fousey would—
Wow, sounds like the alley of Keemstar, huh? What the hell's happening?
Then go on to tell a story about how Drake was going to be at the event.
The story how I met Drake. I guarantee you I'll be with Drake tonight in the club. I promise you that.
Which was later debunked by other YouTubers.
We reached out to like Drake's people, and they said that he had no plan to play there.
Okay, I want you to hit up the number that I have on my phone.
Drake was in New York during this event, by the way. He was most definitely not gonna come.
Following this event,
he said Drake was supposed to be there, and Drake was never invited. Damn. Maybe he meant Draco Malfoy. Have you ever thought about that?
Keemstar would release a documentary titled The Hard Truth About FouseyTube, in which he would expose Fousey for the insanity of the event.
I can't even convince my own mother that I'm not crazy.
On the same day that Keemstar would post his documentary, Fousey would once again disappear off YouTube, this time for a full year. Upon his return in August 2019, Fousey would lose 90,000 subscribers in 2 months. Also upload—
Why? For what reason?
A video talking about his 1-year break.
So thank you guys so much for embracing my return so well.
He should have just done a podcast like everybody else. That's what he should have done.
I thank you guys. I couldn't thank you enough, but now
it really seems like YouTube was just a nightmare, like just nightmare fuel, like whatever, how many years ago. Wow, it's so what to be like. People are complaining so much about the changes at YouTube. YouTube's changes are so much better. YouTube used to just be like one community of people doing like one thing, and now there's so many different like broad spectrum of communities that really just, I'd say, have a positive impact on the insane social conversation people used to be having. Because YouTube used to just be like this reality TV show with a bunch of fucking insane people. And now there's like normal people on the internet to go, what the fuck is this, you know?
Now, we gotta get down to business.
And despite Fousey talking about getting down to business, his business had dried up significantly. Fousey went from getting around 1 million views per video before his break to around 300,000 views per video upon returning.
No.
However, despite—
Dude, only 300,000? Oh, God! That would be terrible if that happened to me. That would be such a horrible experience if I only got 300,000. Only 300,000? Oh, you know? Oh, it's such torture. Such a torturous scenario. Terrible stuff.
Despite only getting 300,000 views per episode on the vlogs, Fousey would experiment with a new video idea that proved to be extremely successful, his YouTube Cribs series.
Here on YouTube Cribs, we like to show you the luxurious life of YouTubers.
In this series, Fousey decided he would meet with various big YouTubers, giving them an opportunity to show off their properties.
So basically, we want you to take us around and show us what you want to show us, like showcase your home to us.
Fousey met up with individuals like Logan Paul, Lance Stewart, Tanner Fox, and Alex Wasabi, with most videos gaining more than 1 million views. Could this be the return of FouseyTube back to his former position of glory? Well, unfortunately not.
No,
As shortly after posting these 4 episodes, Fousey would take another 6-month break, failing to upload any more YouTube Cribs episodes.
Okay.
After this 6-month break, Fousey's views would drop to around only 100,000 per video.
No!
Where they've remained up until this day. On the 2nd of February 2021, Fousey seems to have given up on the FouseyTube channel after uploading a video titled My Last Video on this channel. In this video, Fousey explained that he will be releasing a book, which is currently available for pre-order on Amazon.
It went out for pre-order. It's the #1 bestseller right now.
Yeah.
Wow, they don't even seem very excited.
Now seems to be primarily focused.
Guys, I'm going to tell you information you already know. Act surprised. Yes! Woo! You know?
On music, as well as his podcast channel titled Gotta Get It, in which Fousey has been posting what seems to be weekly videos.
We'd like to welcome you to our new podcast. This is going to be episode—
I fucking hate the dog. I fucking hate this dog. I don't know. The dog has done nothing to me. The dog hasn't spoken a word. I don't like its existence. I see it. It's an eyesore. And no, I just don't like it.
Episode #1, and we're super excited for you to be a part of our adventure.
However, the likelihood that this channel will return him to where he was at his peak is extremely slim. However, I could be wrong. Over the years, FouseyTube has proven that he has the mindset, work ethic, and intelligence to grow an impossibly small piece of media into an online behemoth, as seen with FouseyTube. However, what was the cost for FouseyTube?
I don't get that $13,000 house per month. You know what I mean? Like, I just would never. It's crazy.
Not financially, but mentally. The toll that the YouTube roller coaster took on FouseyTube seems to be immeasurable. From crazy rants to his audience on the street, to depressive breaks sitting at home doing nothing for months on end. You might question as to whether or not his journey was a positive. Did his manic episodes contribute to his success, or were they the eventual result of his downfall? What was the true price of fame for Yusuf Erekat? What lies in the future for FouseyTube? These seem to be the most prominent questions when reflecting on the rise and fall.
What did a dog do to me? Nothing. I hate it.
Of FouseyTube, aka Yusuf Erekat.
All right. Woo. Fousey Erekat. All right. Well, now we know who this guy is. Rizzing up drunk girls at the airport at 3 in the afternoon? Gone wrong.